I have $5 to spend today. What am I gonna do with it?
Oh, we have calc for sale over here.
Alright, I'm gonna park my car real quick. I'll be right over.
Alright, come on right over.
Alright, so let's see what you have. The first joke says singerine over costerine equals tangerine. Is that all you could come up with? Come on,
No,
man.
we have more over here.
Alright.
You'll at least like one of them.
Okay, let's see. A wild exponential function appeared. You use differentiate. It is not very effective. Oh, I see what you did there, but like, I don't really like it.
Come on, you never played Pokemon?
I did, but like, I don't like it. Alright. Next one. Alcohol and calculus don't mix. Never drink and derive.
Were you drinking?
I never drink and derive.
Alright,
I would never do this.
Here's
Not
the
a
last
good
one.
1 over n sine x. And then he canceled out the n's. He gets 6 equals 6. I like this joke. I'm getting
You
it.
like it? $5.
Perfect.
It failed you.
Oh man, I'm feeling kind of sad today. I got $5. I could use it on some ice cream, some lemonade, or maybe some jokes.
You know these calc jokes will cheer you up.
Oh my, calc jokes! So what we got here? Singerine over costerine equals tangerine. Well, that's kind of foolish.
Come on.
And then here we got some Bakugan or Digimon action, wild exponential function. You'll differentiate. No,
Come on, it's Pokemon per night. Foolish.
doesn't matter. It didn't make me laugh. Alcohol and calculus don't mix. What is this? I'm underage. I can't even drink.
Yo, come on. We're running low on funds anyways. Just buy one of our jokes.
You should just quit, man. None of these jokes are funny. I mean, you should make some more new jokes. I encourage you to go out, use your funds, make some more, material, and then come back to me later. And some other day, I might give you this $5 for a great joke.
Alright, I'll see you later.
No, man. I'm just too sad today.
What am I gonna do? All I have is this $5. At least Bic Mall bought my joke. Pernite couldn't even do that. Now I don't have enough money to pay rent. I don't even have enough money to make these jokes. At least these jokes would help me make more money. I guess the only way to make these jokes is to get a loan. I need to ask Don Corleone for this loan. Don Corleone, I have an offer for you.
Big ball in the pocket.
Alright, Mr. Corleone, I have an offer for you. My business recently hasn't been doing too well. It's a business of selling calc jokes. I request a loan from you in order to keep making these jokes. Here are some of my finest ones.
Citrine or costerine equals tangerine. How may I help you, sir? What is your name first?
Well, my name is Shaq.
Hi, Shaq. My name is Don Corleone.
Alright, so I need a loan so I can keep making these. So in this area, I heard that you're one of the best people. So like, give me a loan for this.
Yes, I can help you get where you want to go with these jokes, as they are so hilarious. But do you have a plan or a proposal for me that I can look at to see that I will get my money back?
I'll be able to get one to you by tomorrow at the latest.
Without such a proposal, I cannot give you a loan, since I've been cheated many times in this business.
No, I'll get you one tomorrow. I'm putting my best analyst on the job. He'll give you exactly what you're looking for.
I hope so, Mr. Shaq.
Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. So, I had to go send my analyst to McMatapalli's Institute of Tutoring before we could work out this optimization problem. So what's going to follow is the first encounter between this Institute of Tutoring and Mr. Bikemal, my analyst.
Hey guys, this is Bike Mall here, and I'm going to show you my first encounter with MIT, Mike Monopoly's Institute of Tutoring. And basically, I'm going to ask him to teach me how to optimize something. So basically, in my case, I'm going to be a financial analyst, so I need to learn how to optimize the price of something so that we can maximize the profit of it. So here's the first encounter with Mike Monopoly. All right, hey Mr. Mike Monopoly, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
Oh wow, you just finished the Rubik's Cube.
Yep, it's completely done. A 20-second time.
All right, cool. So today I'm gonna need some help with learning how to optimize something. So like I said before, I'm gonna need to know how to optimize something so that I can maximize the profits of my company. So I need to learn how to find the optimum price of the product.
Alright, well, optimization in general, it's the process of where you're maximizing or minimizing a given function. So I think the best way to teach you how to optimize something, in this case for you it's the price of a good, so you want to maximize that or make the optimal price. I think the best way is to show you an example of optimization that I had to do myself where I had to find the maximum. So if you come over here, this is a problem that I had to work on in the past. It was basically Shaq, your company's owner, he had asked me to build fencing to encompass his area of land or a rectangular enclosure which included a wall that was already in place. So he had enough money to buy 100 smoots of fence.
Wait, what's a smoot?
A smoot is equal to 5 feet and 7 inches. And the reason why I picked smoots is because I had Oliver our smoot with me at the time and I didn't have a ruler, so we had to use him to measure it. So back to the equation. One thing that we had to set up is that 2W plus L equals 100 smoots. So that's pretty much the fencing, the total fencing is equal to 100 smoots. And then we must set up another equation that relates the width and length to area. So area equals width times length as it's a rectangle. So and the main step in any optimization problem is to get the variables in equation to all be the same. So we'll make length to be in terms of width. So using the equation up here, we can get that length is equal to 100 minus 2W. If we substitute that into the area equation that we formulated earlier, we can get that area equals 100 minus 2W, all in parentheses, times W, which simplifies to 100W minus 2W squared. So then the next step in an optimization problem is to take the derivative of a function as long as all the variables are the same. So all the variables in this function are of W, so we can take the derivative of A with respect to W, which would equal 100 minus 4W. So as we've learned in Calc, the way to find a maximum or minimum is that the derivative must be equal to 0 and there must be a sign change at the given value. So first we'll start by saying the derivative equal to 0. So if 0 equals 100 minus 4W, 4W would equal 100 and W would equal 25. So this is saying that the width will equal 25 when the derivative of area equals 0. But we don't know whether it's a minimum or maximum yet, so we must use the sign chart. So using the sign chart here, we can see that before the values were W equals 25, the derivative of A with respect to W is positive, and after it is negative. So this means that the area increases up to W equals 25 and decreases after. So this means that W equals 25 is where the optimum or the maximum area occurs. So that now that we found that W equals 25, we can find the length using the equation given here. So then the length will equal 50 smoots. So to find the optimal area, it's just length times width, so that would be 1,250 smoots squared.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mike Monopoli.
Hired my best analyst on the job, Mr. Bikeball. He's going to Don Corleone's mansion right now to show Mr. Corleone the cost that the cost of the loan as well as the optimal price for each card.
Hello, Mr. Don Corleone. Shaq has sent me to show you how we can maximize the profit of our company by optimizing the price that each card will be sold for. So here you go. You can take a look at it.
Okay, so this is all math. Would you care to explain how this all works?
All right, so the total revenue, the function R of X, equals A times X, and A is the number of cards, and X, the number of cards that will be sold, and X is the price that each card will be sold for. So if we multiply these two values, we'll get the total revenue, R of X. And the total cost to make the cards is C of X equals A times 0.1x squared plus 2. And we got this function from the sales from the past few years. That's how we determine this function. And to get the net profit that the company will make, we have to do P of X. P of X is the net profit equals R of X minus C of X. So basically we're subtracting the revenue minus the cost to make the cards. So if you substitute the values in, you get this.
All right, so A equals the number of cards. So I'll give you enough money to make 200 cards.
All right, so if you're gonna give us enough money to make 200 cards, the new function, which if you substitute 200 in here, is gonna be p of x equals 200 times x times whatever is in here. And if you like simplify this equation, you can go to like this. I squared this and I get 0.01 x squared, and then you just use the distributive property to multiply all the different terms, and you get this. And if I want to optimize p of x or maximize p of x in this case, because I want to maximize the profit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the derivative of p of x and I'm going to set it equal to 0. So p prime of x, which is the derivative of p of x, equals 200 minus 4x, and I'm going to set this equal to 0. When I do this, I get x equals 50 as my as the price that each card will be sold for, and this is the optimum. And basically, if I look at p prime of x in the calculator, right? So let's make a sign chart. So 50. So if I graph this in the calculator, so I get 200.
And you're graphing the
Minus
optimal
4.
function, right? The one that's gonna
Yeah, I'm graphing
maximize.
p prime of x.
Okay. All right.
All right, so if you look at the function, you can see before 50, the function is positive, and after 50, the function is negative. So this shows that at 50, there's going to be a relative maximum in this in p of x.
Okay.
So because p prime of x is the derivative of p of x, and so we can see that x equals $50 is the optimum price that each card will be sold for to maximize the profit.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll definitely be paid back. So basically, how much you're gonna have to pay me is C of 50, which is the total cost to make the cards. So 200 times 5 squared plus 2. I just substituted in the values from here. The x and a. X is 50 and a is 200.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to pay me 200 times 27, and it's $5,400. And basically, the revenue that I'll make is the company will make in the next year or so is going to be 200 times 5. So R of x 200 times 5, which we determined before, times 50, and that equals $10,000.
Okay.
And the profit we'll make, which is R of 50, so P of 50, profit of 50, is going to equal $10,000 minus $5,400 because we determined the profit function to be the revenue function minus the cost function at 50, and that's $4,600.
Wait, let me stop you right there. $4,600 does not seem like $5,400.
Yeah,
to me.
but like the first year we're gonna make a profit of $4,600, but then within the next few years we're gonna make much more than $4,600, and then that way we'll be able to pay you back with interest. And at the same time, our company is gonna be making profit.
Dude, Narain, that seems like an amazing plan to me. I'd be willing to give you the $5,400. Let me count it right now. Please give this Mr. Shaq.
Thank you, good sir.
Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Shaq. Today I got $50. Got a sad day. Spend on some lemonade, some ice cream, or against some jokes.
There's some Calc jokes over here.
Man, you again? How's business?
Boom.
Really?
Yep, we sold 199 cards. This is our last one of the year. I hope you like it.
The integral of 0 to cabin of log of x dx and the derivative of that integral equals log cabin. This is great stuff. Hence, it's a pleasure doing business with you.
I still remember what you did last time.
It's all right. The fact that I inspired you to do this, to get to where you are now, it's enough for me.
All right. So now business has been doing well. We sold all 200 cards. We'll pay back Don Corleone in a couple of years. I guess we're doing well now. All right, so guys, we've been doing well. It's been a couple of years, but now we run into another problem. All this great profit that we've made, we now need an area to store it. This is where I think my financial analyst Bike Mall can come and help us out.
All right, no worries, Shaq. Now that we made a lot of money, we need to make a cylinder that we can place all the money in, And based on the money we made, we need 50 feet cubed. We need a volume of 50 feet cubed to store the money in. But at the same time, we don't want to pay that much money for the pay that much money to make the cylinder. We want to pay the least money we can. So I'm going to minimize the surface area of the cylinder. So we need the least material to make the cylinder. So basically, the surface area of a cylinder is surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h, because this represents the area of the top and bottom of the cylinder, like the lid and the bottom, and the 2 pi r h represents the surface area of like the outer part, like the surrounding circular part of the cylinder. And basically, the volume of the cylinder equals volume equals pi r squared h, and we know the volume is 50 feet because that's how much volume we need to store the money, and 50 equals pi r squared h. And in optimization, like I learned earlier, we need all of the variables to be, we need everything to be in terms of the same variable. So we're going to make everything in terms of r. So I'm going to solve for h in terms of r. So I get h equals 50 over pi r squared. And then if I substitute this into my surface area equation, we get this same thing, except I substituted in 50 over pi r squared for h. And then if we simplify that, we end up with 2 pi r squared equals 100 over r. And to optimize, remember, we have to take the derivative of the original function. So I'm taking the derivative of the surface area, and I get dSA over dr equals 4 pi r minus 100 over r squared. And then I set this equal to 0. When I set this equal to 0 and I solve for r, I got r equals 2. But like we said before, we know, like, whenever we find the derivative equals 0, we know it's going to be either relative min, max, or neither, depending on like if the sign changes or not. And we can see that the sign changes from negative to positive. So that means before the radius equals 2, the surface area, the derivative of the surface area is negative, and after it's positive. So it means the actual function for surface area is decreasing before 2, and then it's increasing after 2. So that means there's a minimum at 2. So this is what we want. We want the radius to be the minimum. We want the minimum surface area. So to get the minimum surface area, the radius is 2. And if the radius is 2, based on the function we found earlier over here, h equals 50 over pi r squared. If we substitute that into here, we get h equals 3.979. And the surface area we'll need, if we substitute this into the original surface area function we get 2 pi r squared, and r is 2, and then 2 pi rh with a radius of 2 and a height of 3.979. And then if you substitute this in and simplify it, you get 75.133 feet. And each square foot of the box we need to make will cost $2.50. So the total cost it'll cost us is $187.83, and this is the minimum cost possible that like it would have costed us with the volume of 50 feet.
All right.
So yeah.
Thank you so much, Bike Mall. Now we've not only created a business, we've optimized our profit as well as optimized the holding cylinder for all this money. We couldn't have done it without optimization. Thank you.
I love optimization.